Hey everyone, this is the Math Nexus, and today we are going to continue with exercise 3.2. We'll jump straight into question number 6. There's one new concept in this, but we are going to get to it as we solve through our questions. So, 3 raised to the power 2x multiplied by 2 raised to the power x is equals to 1 over 18. Now, the thing is, many people make the mistake that they find 18 in terms of 3 and 2 and then equate according to the powers. That's not the case. What we have to do is, first of all, what is the first thing we try to do is make the same index value. But now here we can see that neither 3 can be converted into 2 and nor can 2 be converted into 3. So we need another technique for this. So the thing is, we discussed in one of the rules of indices and surds that if a raised to the power c multiplied by b raised to the power c is written in this way, we can say that a multiplied by b raised to the power c is equals to a raised to the power c multiplied by b raised to the power c. And that's the same concept we are going to apply here. So first of all, what we do is convert this out. Now, how can we do that? Let me just see it for a second. Okay, so basically what we are going to do here is now this 3 squared, we know from there that 3 squared can be written as 9. And why I'm saying it's 3 squared? Because essentially, if you see it in this way, 3 squared raised to the power x would be the same as 3 raised to the power 2x. So that's what we are going to do here. We are going to say that this multiplied by 2 raised to the power x is equals to 1 over. So now the second thing is what's 18 equals to? If we take out the prime factors of 18, we get 3 nines are 18, 3 threes are 9, and 3 what wait a second. Not 3 nines, I'm sorry. Sorry. Um 2 nines are 18, 3 threes are 9, 3 ones are 3. So this is essentially equals to 3 squared multiplied by 2. So we can say that 1 over 9 multiplied by 2 is equals to 18. Okay, so now the next thing what we are going to do is say that 9x. Yeah, so this was 9 raised to the power x multiplied by 2 raised to the power x. We did it here. Is equals to 1 over 9 multiplied by 2. Now the thing is that if this is dividing here, what is it going to be on the other side? It's going to multiply. So 9 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 9 raised to the power x multiplied by 2 raised to the power x. So basically what's going to happen now is that it's going to say that this 9 is going to be multiplying here. So this is going to be 9 raised to the power x plus 1. And this 2 is going to be multiplied by this. Now, the thing is, many people do confuse the fact that this is a two bracket multiplication. So we are going to, multiply this, and then multiply 2 raised to the power x by 9, and again by 2. That's not the case because in simple terms, if we write this, this is going to be 9 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 9 raised to the power x multiplied by 2 raised to the power x. That case for which we multiply both of the values is when this would have been an addition or subtraction sign instead of a multiplication sign. So keep that in mind. Yeah, because let me give you an example that 6 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2. So that would give me 6 twos are 12. 12 6 is going to give me 72. And same, if I were to do it in this way, 6 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 2, I would get 72. So both are the same answers, and that's the technique. However, if this would have been a plus 2, then the answers would have been different. Okay, I hope that is clear for you. So now we get 9 multiplied by 9x plus 1. So we knew from a concept that if there's something like 3 squared multiplied by 3, what do? We add up the power. So it's basically 3 squared plus 1 because there's one another 3 here. And that would give us 3 cube. Same here, what we're going to say that 9 raised to the power x multiplied by 9 would be 9 raised to the power x plus 1. And same for the 2 part. So 2 raised to the power x plus 1 is equals to 1. Forgot the 1. Okay. And how did this 1 come? We ate this 1 up. Okay. So what we're going to say that 9 multiplied by 2 raised to the power x plus 1 because there's a common power 9 raised to the power x plus 1 and 2 raised to the power x plus 1. And as we discussed here in this rule that a raised to the power c multiplied by b raised to the power c is going to be equal to a multiplied by b raised to the power c. Simple. So now we are going to say that this is equals to 1. So this is going to be 18 raised to the power x plus 1 is equals to 1. Now what raised to the power 18 raised to the power what would be equals to 1? So we know for a fact that anything raised to the power 0 is going to be equals to 1. May it be 18, let it be 100, it's going to be equals to 1. So again, what we're going to say that 18 raised to the power x plus 1 is equals to 18 raised to the power 0. And that is going to give us x plus 1 is equals to 0 and x is equals to negative 1. That's our answer for part A for question 6. Let me raise this up. This question has been a little bit messy, but I hope you get the concept of this. Anything which is not clear, write it in the comments. I tried my best to answer your questions. Okay. Okay, for part B, we have 2 raised to the power 2x multiplied by 5 raised to the power x is equals to 8,000. Again, the same thing is going to be done here. First of all, try your best. Oops. Okay, so it's done. Okay. So first of all, simplify this up. So I'm going to find out 8,000 in terms of 5 and 2. So 2 4 is 8, 2 0 is 0, 2 0, 2 0. 2 2 is 4, 2 0 is 0, 2 0 is 0, 2 0. 2 1 is 2, 0 0 0. 2 5 is 10, 0 0. 2 just half it up, 50. 2 sorry. In fact, what I'm going to do is we just leave it. Okay, so this is 125. And now I think we need it in terms of 5. So 5, 25 is 125, 5. 5 is 25, 5 is 5. So what we are getting here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 raised to the power 6 multiplied by 5 raised to the power 3 is equals to 8,000. Now, as you can notice here that this 2 raised to the power 2x can be simplified. And it's going to be simplified to 4 raised to the power x because it's 2 squared as we discussed earlier. So it's 2 squared x. So we can say that this is also equals to 4 raised to the power x multiplied by 5 raised to the power x is equals to 2 raised to the power 6 multiplied by 5 raised to the power 3. Now another thing you should notice is that we need this 2 to be 4. Okay. So whenever, for example, we have 2 raised to the power 4, it's going to be equals to 4 raised to the power 2 because essentially this is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. There are 4 2's, then we couple them up because 2 2's is 4. So we get 4 multiplied by 4 and that is equals to 4 squared. So whatever the power of 2 is, if we halve that power, we can get that value in terms of 4. Okay, so we are going to say that 4 raised to the power x multiplied by 5 raised to the power x is equals to 4 raised to the power 3 multiplied by 5 raised to the power 3. Now what we're going to do is 4 raised to the power x multiplied by 5 raised to the power x divided by 4 raised to the power 3 multiplied by 5 raised to the power 3 is equals to what? This is going to be equals to 1. Okay, because we brought it here for division. Yeah, that's it. Um, Now the next thing what we are going to do is we bring the denominator into the numerator to bring it in one single index value. So we get 4 raised to power x minus 3 multiplied by 5 raised to power x minus 3 is equals to 1. Again, what is the value in terms of 4 and 5, which would give us 1? So obviously anything raised to power of 0 is going to be equals to 1. Let me get it. In fact, before I do that, let me just solve it. 4 multiplied by 5, and that is going to give us a common power of x minus 3 is equals to 1. And then that we are going to get 20 raised to power x minus 3 is equals to 1. Again, so the simple thing is that we are going to say that 20 raised to power x minus 3 is equals to 20 raised to the power 0, and x minus 3 is equals to 0. X is equals to positive 3. And that's our answer for part B. X is equals to positive 3. Now I'm going to go on with part number C. Let me just read this up. Okay, now you give me just give me a minute. Okay. Oops. In a bit rough today. Just another. Okay. So for part C, we have 5 raised to power 2x. 5 raised to power 2x multiplied by 4 raised to power x is equals to 1 over 1000. Now again, in fact, what I'm going to do is just I need 2 and 4 in terms of 1000. I'm going to just erase this up, and we are going to get the LCM of 1000. That's how you reuse your answers. I'm going to erase this one also. Okay, so what is 1000 in terms of 2? In fact, 2 and 5, we get 2 cube multiplied by 5 cube. So 2 cube multiplied by 5 cube is equals to 1000. Let me just check. Yeah, we are getting 1000 here. So now the thing is, we have been turning this. So we have been simplifying the value for the index value of these 2x till now. But the important thing to realize is not to simplify, but to simplify according to what is easier for you. So if I were to simplify this 5 squared, say, if I were to get 25x raised to power x, that would be much more harder for me to find some value in terms of 5 cube. So what I would prefer here, because in fact, the most main reason for me to change this 4 raised to the power x into 2 raised to the power squared x, and I'll get to this how I did this, because 2 cube and 4 does not make a relation. And I would have values and fractions and everything, and that would be really confusing for me. So what I would do is simplify this question according to my needs. What I prefer to do is 5 raised to power 2x multiplied by 2 squared, because 4 is equal to 2 squared. We can write it in the same way. X is equals to 2 raised. In fact, yeah, 2 raised to power negative 3 multiplied by 5 raised to power negative 3. So that would give me 5 squared x multiplied by 2 raised to power 2x is equals to 2 raised to power negative 3 multiplied by 5 raised to power negative 3. Okay. So basically what's happening here is that um, we turn this 4 into 2 so that it would be easier for us to handle this value of 2 which came out of 1000. Okay. Now the thing is, what we're going to do is Okay, so it's being divided here because this 2 raised to power negative 3 is essentially equals to 1 over 2 raised to power 3 multiplied by 5 raised to power 3. So we are going to multiply it here. So that would give us 5 raised to power 2x plus 3 as we discussed because it's going to multiply it by 5 here multiplied by 2 raised to power 2x plus 3 is equals to 1. Again, there is a common power, so 5 multiplied by 2 is raised to power 2x plus 3 is equals to 1, and 10 raised to power 2x plus 3 is equals to 1. So, again, 10 raised to power 2x plus 3 should be equals to 10 raised to power 0, as that would give us 1. So, 2x plus 3 is equals to 0, 2x is equals to negative 3, and x is equals to, get it, negative 3, x is equals to negative 3 over 2. And that's it. This is our answer for part C, question number 6. Let me just raise this for question number 7. Okay, so for question number 7, we have some list of simultaneous equations. So 4 raised to power x divided by 2 raised to power y is going to be equals to 16. Okay, now this is just basically, we have to simplify this, I guess. So first of all, and the second, this is equation number 1, and the second equation is 3 raised to power 2x multiplied by 9 raised to power y is equal to 27. This is equation number 2. Now we'll go equation by equation. First, simplify this one in terms of x and y. So what I would prefer is that 2 squared x, because 4 raised to power x is essentially going to be equal to 2 squared raised to power x. So I would say this is 2 squared x divided by 2 raised to power y is equals to, what is 16 in terms of 2? So 2 8s are 16, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, and 2 1s are 2. So 2 raised to power 4. So now as I have the same index values, I have a flexibility to control my power. So 2 raised to power 2x, bring this y into the numerator, so that would mean negative y is equal to 2 raised to power 4. And we would get 2x minus y is equals to 4. This is our equation number 3, which we have deduced out of this. Okay. Now the second equation is 3 raised to power 2x multiplied by, again, 3 raised to power squared y, because 9y is equal to 3 squared raised to the power 5. So 3 2y is equals to what's 27 3 cubed. So we will get 2x plus 2y is equals to 3. Now this is equation number 4. Now simplify, I would say that if I were to get this one, what would be 2x equals to 2x equals to 4 plus 5. Okay, so this is equation 3 also. So instead of 2x, now I'm going to write 4 plus y plus 2y is equals to 3. And I would get 3y is equals to 3 minus 4, which is negative 1. Y is equals to negative 1 over 3. Is it negative 1 over 3 or positive 1 over 3? I guess it's negative 1 over 3. Now, what we're going to say is, check. Yeah. So now we find the value of x. Again, put equation 3 here to x is equals to 4 plus negative 1 over 3. Just input this value in into the calculator. 4 minus 1 over 3. We get 11 over 3. So 2x is equals to negative 11 over 3. Or sorry, it's positive 11 over 3. Yes. And as for this, so that means this x is going to become, x is equals to 11 over 3 divided by 2. So this is going to be 11 over 3 multiplied by 2 because it's in the denominator. So x is equals to 11 over 6. And that's our answer for part 8. That's it. Nothing really confusing, just a new concept of simultaneous equations in relation with our powers. Okay, for part B, we have 27 raised to the power x is equal to 9 raised to the power 3y, sorry, 9 multiplied by 3 raised to the power y. And the second equation is 2 raised to the power x divided by 8 raised to the power y is equal to 1. Now simplify the first equation first. 3 raised to the power 3x because 27 raised to the power x is equal to 3 raised to the power 3 raised to the power x. Okay, so we are going to say 3 raised to the power 3x is equal to 3 squared multiplied by 3 raised to the power y. Now again, the thing essential for these type of questions is to understand what 9 is, what 27 is in terms of the most basic prime factors. So you do need to know this. So we are going to say that again, the bases are same. So 3x is equal to 2 plus y. And we are going to say 3x is equal to 2 plus y. Okay. Now we would get y as 3x minus 2 is equals to y. This is equation number 3 because this one is equation 1, this one is equation 2. Now this fourth equation, now the fourth equation is 2 raised to power x divided by, now what is 8 in terms of 2? So 2 cube is equals to 8 and we are going to add y because it's 8 raised to power y is equals to 2 raised to the power 0. And the reason why I've added 2 raised to the power 0 is because anything to the power 0 is equals to 1. Okay, now simplify this 2x. This denominator goes into the numerator. X minus 3y is equals to 0. 2 raised to the power 0. So x minus 3y is equals to 0. What is y equals to? So we are going to just write x minus 3 multiplied by 3x minus 2 is equals to 0. So x minus 3, 3 is 9x plus 3, 2 is 6 is equals to 0. So negative 8x is plus 6 is equals to 0. In fact, 8x is equals to negative 6. And this is going to be x is equals to 6 over 8. Simplify this. 2 3 is 6, 2 4 is 8, and that is going to be equals to positive 3 over 4. And that's our answer for x in part B. For y, we have to find 3 multiplied by 3 over 4 minus 2 is equals to y. So again, just simply plug these values into your calculator. So we are going to get 3 over 4 multiplied by 3 minus 2, and that is going to give you positive 1 over 4. Y is equals to positive 1 over 4. And that's our two values for x and y for part B. Okay. And now let's go forward. Sorry for the intrusion. Okay. For part C, we have two equations, 125 raised to power x divided by 5 raised to power y is equals to 25. 2 raised to power 3x multiplied by 1 upon 8 raised to power 1 minus y is equals to 32. Now, the thing is, before we start, I want to give you a tip. The tip is, whenever you're writing down the question, first of all, just try to copy down the question as it is before you solve it. And when you're writing down that question, try to understand the most simplest possible way to solve that question, whatever topic it may be. Okay. And the same thing is here. Now, the thing is, when I wrote this down, I knew the first equation, I could write this in a simpler terms of 5. And the second equation, I could write in simpler terms of 2. So again, so first of all, I'm going to simply find things I need. So 32 in terms of 2. 2 1s are 2, 2 6 are 12, 2 8 is 16, 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, and 2 1s are 2. So this is equals to 4, 5. 2 raised to the power 5. Okay, now for the first equation, I'm going to say that 5 raised to the power 3 raised to the power x divided by 5 raised to the power y is equals to, what's 25 equals to 5 squared. So I get 5 raised to the power 3x minus y, because we bring the denominator into the numerator, is equals to 5 squared. So first equation we get 3x minus y is equals to 2. Negative y is equals to 2 minus 3x, and y is going to be equals to, obviously, 3x minus 2. Now for this is our equation number 3. Now for the fourth equation, we're going to simplify equation number 2. And 2 raised to power 3x multiplied by, now what is 8 in terms of 2? It's 2 cube. But what we're going to say, it's 2 raised to power negative 3, because we are bringing this denominator value into the numerator, raised to power 1 minus 5 is equal to 2 raised to power 5. Now simplify this further, 3x multiplied by 2 raised to power. So now what the next thing we are going to do is multiply this negative 3 by 1 minus 5. So we are going to get negative 3 plus 3y is equals to 2 raised to the power 5. 3x plus, instead of we are going to write negative 3 plus 3y is equals to 5. Simplify this, 3x plus 3y is equals to 5 plus 3, which is 8. Now we had the value of y, which is 3x minus 2, and we input this into equation number 4. So 3x plus 3 multiplied by 3x minus 2 is equals to 8. We get 3x plus 3 is 9x minus 6 is equals to 8. So 3x plus 9x is equals to 12x is equals to, what is 8 plus 6? 8 plus 6 is equals to 49. 8 plus 6, 14. So x is equals to, x is equals to 14 divided by 12. And that is going to be simplified to 7 and 6. So 7 over 6 is our value for part C, x. So, and for y, we have y is equals to 3 multiplied by 7 over 6 minus 2. Again, just directly plug this value into your calculator. We get 7 over 6 multiplied by 3 minus 2 is going to give us positive 3 over 2. And that's it. This is our answer for part C, question number 7. So for question number 8, we have solve the equation 2y squared minus 7y minus 4 is equal to 0. And we have to use, okay, first just solve part A. Okay. So first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to solve this quadratic equation. Now, simply we know how to solve quadratic equations. 4 2s is 8. So we are going to find out the factors of 8. 4 2s are 8, 2 1s are 2, and 1 1s are 1. So 4 2s are 8, and 1 will make out the factors. 2y squared minus 8y plus y minus 4 is equal to 0. So now, let's simplify this equation. 2y is the common. Y minus 4 here plus 1 as the common, y minus 4 here is equal to 0. So we have 2y plus 1 in the bracket and y minus 4 here is equal to 0. Then we have y is equal to negative 1 over 2 and y is equal to positive 4. Now the thing is, we have two values for y. What we are going to do is now solve part B. Okay, for part B, what we have is, what they have told us actually is 2y squared minus 7y minus 4. So this was the answer for the last part. However, if you see here, we have got 2 raised, the same equation here, And just instead of the y values, they have replaced 2 raised to the power x. So we can say in terms that y is equals to 2 raised to the power x. So that's really simple, no big deal. What we are going to do is utilize our previous answers for this one. So what we have got is 2 raised to the power x is equals to negative 1 over 2, or 2 raised to the power x is equals to 4. Now we do the simple things we have been doing till now. We know in terms of 2, what is 4? It's 2 squared, and x is equals to 2 because we compare the powers. First part, simple. The second one, well, the thing is, if we were to remove this x, what would we have done? Let me give you an example. If I would have got x squared is equals to 36, for example, how could I find the value of x? I would take this squared value, I would write an under root here, due to which I would have to put an under root on the other side. And then the squared and under root would be cancelled out because 2 multiplied by 1 over 2, that's the power of an under root, would be cancelled out. So that would give me x is equals to under root 36, which is actually equals to whatever it is. It's 6. Well, but that's what I mean. Okay. So the thing is that if I were to do the same thing here, to remove that x value, I would do something like 2 raised to power x raised to power 1 over x is equals to, and in fact, if I were to write it in fancier terms, I would have written it as under root of x is equals to negative 1 over 2 under root of x. And then this would be cancelled out, and I would get 2 is equals to something like this. However, you notice that whenever we get a negative value under root, we get a not applicable solution. So this is going to be a wrong answer because there's a negative value in an under root. And that's it. This is for part 8. Okay, so what actually question number 9 is the same thing. Again, 4y squared. I'm just going to simplify this as I copy it down. Minus 7y minus 15 is equals to 0. Now simplify this equation. You'll get 15 multiplied by 4. I'll just directly solve it. 5 3s are 15. 4, 5, 3 1s are 3. 4. 2 2s are 4. In fact, it's going to be 2. 2 1s are 2. So I have to produce 7 out of this. 5 3 is a 15, 2 2 is a 4. 15 and 4, no, not 7. 3 to the 6, 6 to the 2. So, yeah. So 4y squared minus 3 to the 6, 6 to the 12 y plus 5y. That would give me, yeah, 7. Minus 15 is equals to 0. Take out the common. 2y is the common here. Y. Oh, yes. On y minus 6. In fact, 2y minus 6. In fact, I'm really sorry for the really silly mistake. 4y is the common. Y minus, it's going to be 3y. What am I doing here? Y minus 3 plus 5 is the common. Y minus 3 is equal to 0. So 4y plus 5 is equal to 0, and y minus 3 is equal to 0. This is going to be y is equal to positive 3, and this is going to be y is equal to negative 5 over 4. And that's it for question number 9, part 8. Okay, so we are going to follow the same thing for part B, but there's one difference we are going to see here. And that is that we've got a 9 raised to the power x. So basically, it's not much of a big deal. We can say that this is equals to 3 squared x, as we have discussed in the previous lectures, is equal to 15 plus 3 raised to the power x. Now, sorry, 7 multiplied by 3 raised to the power x. Now, as we can see, this is a 3 squared. So it's actually the same equation as it was here, just replaced by 3 raised to the power x. So what we are going to do is we're going to say that 3 raised to the power x is equals to y, and then we are going to input those values. 3 raised to the power x is equals to negative 5 over 4, or 3 raised to the power x is equals to positive 3. So the simple thing is, again, we have discussed right now y this would be a non-applicable value because there's a negative sign here. And as for the second part, it's very simple. Anything raised to power 1 is equal to the same value. So we are going to say x is equals to 1. And that's it. This is really basic. This is question number 9 done for us. Proceeding on to question number 10. Okay, so basically, question number 10 is an example of disguised quadratic equations. Now, basically, if we look straight away, we can't see that it's a quadratic equation, but as we solve it, I'll show you how it becomes a quadratic equation. So this is actually what the equation looks like. So we are going to say 3y is equals to 8. Oh, sorry, 3 upon y. It's not this. 3 upon y. So 3y is equals to 8y plus 3, as you could have guessed, because I've taken LCM and multiplied by y on both sides. So divided by y is equals to this 3y squared, because this multiplies here. Now minus 8y minus 3 is equals to 0. So the next thing we are going to do is just simply solve this up as normal. So the 3's are 9. We have the factors of 9, 3. 3's are 9, 3. 3 ones are 3. And 1 ones are 1. So as you can guess, what are the factors? 3y squared minus 9y plus y minus 3 is equal to 0. We take 3 as the common, 3y as the common, y minus 3 here, plus 1 as the common, y minus 3 here is equal to 0. Now the next thing we are going to do is just simplify 3y plus 1 is equals to 0 and y minus 3 is equals to 0. So we have got two values of y is equals to negative 1 over 3 and y is equals to positive 3. And again, as before, they have given us x raised to the power. Now this is kind of different because they have demanded us something else. Now, the thing is that they've said that 3 raised to power x 1 over 2 is equal to 8 plus 3x raised to power negative 1 over 2. Now, the thing is, you can notice right now that if we compare this with the other equation, 3y is equal to 8 plus 3y, and if I were to write it in this terms, raised to power negative 1. So we can say that they have assumed that y is equal to x raised to the power 1 over 2. And that's what we are going to take in consideration. Again, it's really important to know what we are comparing with. We could have written directly y to the y is equal to x, because we saw a pattern throughout the previous questions. But no, you first of all look at the question and understand how it's going to be solved up. So the next thing is what we're going to do next. So we can say that the both of the values of y is equal to 1 over 3 is equal to x raised to power 1 over 2. Now the second thing is x raised to power 1 over 2 is equal to 3. Now the thing is, for this one, we're going to get three answers because anything, whether it's positive or it's negative, is going to be it can be squared. So if I were to square this, I have to square this. So this is going to be positive 1 over 3 squared is 9 is equals to x. So this cuts down. As for the second and third value, we get x is equals to 3 squared. So, sorry, it's one value. Sorry, I don't know why I said two values. But we are going to get two values because if we square it, we get this, and x is equals to 9. So that's it. This is question number 10, part B, which we are going to get the values 1 over 9 and positive 9. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll meet you in the next lecture. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you.